We're born to be enemies. We will do battle, but when the right time comes. At the moment, you're too tired to fight, and I don't like easy victories.
Fight me then! I am Layla, Princess of Andros!
Princess of Andros, prepare to suffer the same fate as this useless world. From now on, whenever your friends look into your eyes, they will be reminded of the high price you must pay when you dare confront the mighty.
Hello everyone. Today, I will be talking about 10 of the best styles in Untitled boxing game at the moment. Before I start, please know that these are my own opinions. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
And we could just fade away until we're all right.
Coming in at number 10 on the list is the Kronos style. In the right hands, this style can be very dangerous. What carries this style the most is its range and speed. Though it doesn't give out much damage and is pretty weak considering health, when used passively, it's going to be one long match. Another great thing about this style is the ability. Kronos' ability allows you to freeze your opponent in time, giving you a chance for a free counter, and allows you to output more punches and damage, but ends when the bar runs out, or you get hit. But Kronos' dashes are pretty solid, so depending on how good you can dodge, getting hit is the least of your worries in focus. And that's all I have to say about this style. Let's move on to the next. Coming in at number 9 is the Hanslow style, the OG of the speedster styles. Though Hanslow is overshadowed by its speedster counterparts, it is still one of the better styles for a lot of people. It's fast, the dashes are some of the best in the game, and gets bonus as a counter type style. The range isn't bad either. The speedster styles usually have similar downsides, which are in strength and durability, but Hanslow, though its strength isn't all that great, has a better durability than both styles, and on top of it, a much higher counter bonus. The style is basic, but if you are new to these type of styles, Hanslow is definitely where you want to start. At number 8 is Iron Fists. This style is just another variation of IPO. This style is pretty good all around. The only downsides being the self-damaging M2, and how easy it is to dodge it, but that is overshadowed by the damage of the M2 itself, and with the addition of feints, trying to dodge in general become problem. Iron Fists has great base damage, and takes less counter damage than other styles. To top it all off, the ult does around 70 to 80% damage. Overall, this style is great, but does need some experience to be used at higher levels. At 7 is Slugger style, if not one of the strongest styles in the game. This is one of the only styles with permanent damage M1s. It doesn't do much block or chip damage, or at least not as much as I think it should, but the M1 damage makes up for it, and it is the only style with a chargeable M2. The longer you hold M2, the more damage deals. Slugger's range is also pretty solid. The downside for this style is the weak blocking, which is shared with a lot of legendary styles. But other than that, this style is pretty dangerous when in good hands. And that's all I have for this style. Coming in at number 6 is the Wolf style. This style pretty much has no downsides. It has one of the fastest punches in the game, good dashes, good block, and can put out some good damage. This style is also the first style with a double M2, which proves to be pretty powerful. It's fast and hard to dodge for most people, and can confuse your opponents. The M2 can be separated into 2 different M2s, and can be used to combo and put out very high damage in one barrage. This style was also the first boxer puncher style to be imported in the game, which means you can fight both inside and outside with this style. Either way, it has great damage potential. And that's it about this style. Now let's move into the top 5. At number 5 is the Hawk style. After the most recent buff, this style has climbed back up the charts. With addition of an actual backdash, and different modes, this style turned into a bigger problem than before. Hawk is the other style, besides Slugger, that deals permanent M1 damage, and has some solid block damage. Hawk also has counter damage, and mixed with its unpredictability, you're better off blocking until you're out of its range. The downside for this style is yet again the block, which is insanely weak, but you really won't have to worry about blocking. because depending on how good you are, your opponent might not even get a chance to land a solid barrage. With some good timing and patience, this style can be one of the most powerful in the game. At number 4 is Freedom style. I had a hard time deciding if Hawk or Freedom should be here, but after an overlook, Freedom is a much more dangerous style, in terms of which styles I would not want to fight. Freedom has range, strength, and speed. This style can basically do it all, with the only downsides being, as usual, low block and durability, but that only make this style more dangerous. This is because the appearance of passive players. Freedom style wasn't really made to fight inside, but it has no problem doing so, and give you a good run for your money. Outboxing this style isn't a bad idea, depending on what style you have. The only styles that can counter this style by outfighting are outfighting styles, and if you are using an infighting style you really don't have a choice but to push forward, which is not exactly the easiest thing to do. Overall, in good hands Freedom is one of the worst styles to face, which makes it so high on the list. At number 3 is the IPO style. This style has always been one of the best in the game, as it is one of the most balanced styles all around. Good damage, dash, block, durability, and the ult deals a solid 55 to 65% damage, with its only downside being the loss of the backdash, but that can be overlooked, as you're supposed to be more aggressive with this style anyway. However, this did hurt some people, like me, who are less aggressive, rather passive aggressive, which is why it is at number 3. With the addition of the Dempsey roll as an ability, this style is a force to be reckoned with. At number 2, this might be a bit controversial, but for me, it is the Turtle style. This is also another variation of IPO, with similar damage, it's just more simplified. What makes this style higher than IPO is not only the block, which is the strongest in the game, but simply the backdash. As I stated, this style is just another variation of IPO, so it shares some of the same features as IPO itself. Having IPO's feats with a stronger block and a backdash is a recipe for greatness. And finally at number 1, which I'm sure you've seen coming, is the Hitman style. Honestly, no explanation is needed as for why this is number 1. As the first legendary in the game, this style has yet to be removed from its throne as the true number 1. Having incredible M1 damage, the longest range in the game, a good block and good durability. The downside pretty much doesn't even matter. Hitman's downside is its dashes, but if you're at least a bit of experienced and understand mechanics of movement in the game, it really isn't that much of a downside. No singular stat makes this style number 1. It is superior in every single way, and that's just how it is. And that's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this list and what would your list be. And as always, thanks for watching and see you next time.